What will you do when a recession is coming? Will you be able to even identify if a recession is approaching? Well, friends, let me discuss what a recession is and what people should do when that happens with the help of this prominent American economist, Jim Rickards.
But inflation has been coming down steadily since June of 2022. So about 7 months in a row, 8 months in a row. It peaked then. We all know what gas prices were doing and so forth. But the reason is kind of interesting, and it does go to the book and the supply chain disruption.
According to Jim Rickards, inflation has been coming down steadily since June 2022. It's like inflation decided to hit the snooze button and catch some Z's. You know, taking a break from its usual energetic self, like a hyperactive puppy finally settling down for a nap. Imagine you're at the grocery store, juggling a cart full of goodies in one hand and your wallet in the other. Last year, you were constantly struck by sticker shock as prices skyrocketed. But now, as you stroll down the aisles, you notice a different tune. That carton of eggs, it's gone from making you feel like you're buying solid gold to just feeling like you're purchasing, well, eggs. The prices are more stable, less likely to surprise you, and make your wallet scream for mercy. And remember those once elusive avocado prices? They've come down from the stratosphere, allowing you to walk and roll without worrying about a hefty bill. Now you can enjoy your avocado toast with a side of inflation relief, because apparently Jim Rickards says it's been steadily calming down. Now what I've told you is the opposite of what inflation is. In other words, inflation is basically prices on the market going up. But that's not it. According to Jim Rickards, inflation comes from two sources.
But it can come from two sources that are opposite. The thing about supply side inflation is it's self-negating. It burns itself out. So, the old saying, and it's true, the cure for high oil prices is high oil prices. In other words, when things get too expensive because of supply disruption, people can't afford them, businesses close, you get layoffs, you go into recession, and prices come down pretty quickly after that.
According to Rickards, supply-side inflation occurs when there is a disruption or reduction in the supply of goods and services. This disruption can stem from a variety of causes, such as natural disasters, geopolitical conflicts, or changes in government regulations. Let's imagine a hypothetical scenario to illustrate this concept. Suppose there is a small island nation called Econoville, which heavily relies on the export of bananas as its main source of income. Suddenly, a devastating hurricane strikes the island, wiping out most of the banana plantations. As a result, the supply of bananas decreases significantly. Now, Econoville's inhabitants still have a strong demand for bananas because they are a staple food item. However, with fewer bananas available, their prices start to rise. This increase in price is a reflection of the limited supply and the growing demand. As bananas become more expensive, people find it increasingly challenging to afford them. They might need to reallocate their budgets or cut back on other expenses to accommodate the higher prices. Additionally, businesses that rely on bananas, such as smoothie shops or bakeries, face higher production costs, which could lead to financial difficulties. When people can no longer afford the now costly bananas, demand starts to decline. This drop in demand can have a cascading effect on the economy. The smoothie shops and bakeries, unable to sustain their operations due to lower customer footfall, may need to lay off employees or even close down completely. This situation creates a ripple effect throughout the economy, resulting in job losses, reduced income, and weakened consumer spending power. The economic downturn caused by supply-side inflation can eventually lead to a recession. In a recessionary environment, businesses struggle, unemployment rates rise, and prices start to fall. This is because as demand plummets, sellers are forced to lower their prices to entice customers and stimulate spending. Taking our Econoville example, as banana prices skyrocketed due to the supply disruption, people found alternative fruits or simply reduced their consumption. This decrease in demand forced banana sellers to reconsider their pricing strategies. As a result, they may lower prices to attract customers, ultimately leading to a decline in the cost of bananas. It's important to note that supply-side inflation tends to be self-negating in the long run. While the initial disruption causes prices to rise, the subsequent decline in demand and economic downturn exert downward pressure on prices. This self-correction mechanism helps to alleviate the inflationary pressures over time. Now, the second source of inflation that Jim Rickards is talking about is from the demand side.
The answer is diversification. Everyone goes, oh, we know that, diversification.
Jim Rickards also said that demand-side inflation presents a contrasting source of inflation compared to supply-side inflation. In this scenario, prices rise due to increased demand, which grants individuals more bargaining power. As a result, workers may go on strike to demand higher wages, anticipating the rising cost of living. This wage increase, however, further fuels inflation, creating a self-reinforcing cycle. To visualize it further, when demand-side inflation occurs, it means that consumers are demanding more goods and services than what the economy can efficiently supply. This surge in demand can stem from various factors, such as increased consumer confidence, expansionary fiscal or monetary policies, or even speculative behavior. To understand the dynamics of demand-side inflation, let's consider a fictional town called Prosperville. In Prosperville, there is a booming housing market driven by a strong local economy. People are confident in their financial prospects, leading to increased spending and a surge in demand for housing. As the demand for housing skyrockets, the limited supply of houses cannot keep up. Sellers recognize this increased demand and capitalize on the situation by raising housing prices. This initial price increase could be seen as a natural response to market forces. However, individuals in Prosperville are not passive observers. They possess bargaining power. Recognizing that the rising cost of housing would affect their overall cost of living, workers in various industries, including construction and services, decide to exercise their collective power. Unions form and negotiate higher wages to offset the increased housing expenses. As workers secure higher wages, their increased purchasing power fuels even more demand in the economy. People have more money to spend, and this surplus income circulates through the economy, driving up the demand for goods and services beyond the capacity of producers. This heightened demand, combined with the increased wages, creates a positive feedback loop. As workers earn more money, they are willing to spend more, leading to further increases in prices. This process of rising wages leading to increased demand, which in turn leads to higher prices, is what makes demand-side inflation self-reinforcing. With this storm of recession coming in 2023, there is one thing that Jim Rickards wants to tell people. Diversification means spreading out your investments or assets across different types of things. Instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, literally or figuratively, you're distributing them across multiple baskets. This strategy helps protect you from the ups and downs of the financial world, like a cushioned landing when the market takes a tumble. During a recession, the economy takes a dip, and financial markets can go a bit topsy-turvy. But fear not. By diversifying your investments, you're not putting all your financial hopes in just one area. You have your money spread across various investments, like stocks, bonds, real estate, or even that small business you started selling homemade pickles. This is also what the US citizens have also said and wants to practice, saying that they do it so they won't lose everything. The other citizen also said, "It helps me sleep better at night, knowing that if one thing isn't doing so well, I still have other investments that might be holding strong." Friends, when it comes to navigating a recession, diversification can be a valuable tool. It's also crucial to consider individual goals, risk tolerance, and seek professional advice when constructing a diversified portfolio. What do you think about this topic? Let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Finance Zoo channel. I'll see you in the next video.